Hey everybody, this is Slugwave again. I'm doing something a little new for this video. This is the first time I'm going to be making an ASMR video in World of Warcraft, specifically the Season of Discovery game mode that has been going on this year on the Classic Era servers, and I can explain later a little bit more about that for people who don't know, but I have some catch up to do, and I thought I would, while I'm catching up, I would do some ASMR. Right now I'm just sleeping in my sleeping bag. Looks like we're good to go, we're well rested. And I thought what I would do, so I have not played this since Phase 3 came out, so I'm still level 40, and I've got a whole slew of quests here in Stranglethorn, so I thought that's where I would focus today. We just kinda can work our way top to bottom and see how far we get. For people who aren't really familiar with this game mode, it is a temporary game mode that started at the beginning of this year, I believe, or just before, and it's basically the vanilla version of the game with special modifications. The idea is they wanted to give people a reason to sort of rediscover the original content of Vanilla WoW. Okay, let's see. I think the only quests that I have here are the pages. Collect the missing pages. I'm not gonna pick that one up. Okay, looks like we have a quest in the northeast corner over here. But yeah, for the basically with World of Warcraft, there are several different versions of the game out by this point. There's the retail World of Warcraft, which is basically World of Warcraft in its natural evolution over time. It's all the expansions, it's sort of the way that, regular World of Warcraft, and then in around 2019, I want to say, they re-released Classic WoW, or official Classic WoW servers, and I'm trying to think of the easiest way to explain this. The Classic WoW servers came out, and it was basically just the base game. The base game as it was in 2004, 2005, and let's see, we gotta kill these stealth, and so Classic WoW was running concurrently with Retail WoW, and it sort of naturally went through the various patches that Vanilla WoW went through until it got to, the end of Vanilla WoW, and then they moved on to the next expansion, Burning Crusade, which was the first expansion after the he respawned really fast. It was was the first expansion after the base game, and then it moved through all of the patches of Burning Crusade, and then it eventually reached the end of Burning Crusade and moved on to Wrath of the Lich King, the second expansion. Same thing. I don't actually know how long they give between the expansions. I want to say it's close to a year and a half. So they basically all this to say, classic WoW. Very recently, actually, it is now on the third expansion, Cataclysm. And so if you were to play classic WoW, you would actually be playing Cataclysm as of right now. And this leads me, all of this to say, that classic WoW starts to diverge into different game modes. So while you have these servers that started as vanilla servers, went through Burning Crusade, and went through Wrath, and then they also ended up making servers called Classic Era servers that are only the base game. They will never have any expansions added to them. They are static. They are for people who only want the vanilla WoW experience. So to summarize, you've got retail WoW, classic WoW, and classic era WoW. And now, what Blizzard has been doing, I think because they seem to be wildly popular, there are now these special... Oh, I'm realizing I never buffed myself. There are these special game modes coming out for classic era servers. The most notable one are... Sorry, I'm checking to see if I need any of those. I don't think I need any of the mobs in here. But yeah, the first sort of game mode that came out was the hardcore mode, and this was originally actually, like, it wasn't an official server. It was a fan created mod and community that had was able to enforce, basically create the rules of hardcore WoW, and made a mod that made it enforceable so that you could verify. You could do verified modes or verified runs of the hardcore mode, which was there was a lot of limitations on it, but the main thing is that death is permanent. So in hardcore mode, when your character dies, you can no longer play it. You either delete it or you log off of it forever, but once your character dies once, it invalidates your hardcore run. And this game mode was really popular. I remember seeing a lot of people playing it on Twitch. I remember seeing a lot of videos on YouTube about it. I ended up following a few people on Twitch who were doing it at the time, played it myself, and it was a lot of fun. And Blizzard, I guess because of that popularity, Blizzard ended up making official hardcore servers that I believe roughly have the same rule set. I think I am not actually sure because I have not tried it on the official hardcore servers. I think the rule sets were a little different. I think they've changed it now that you can opt in to do it's something to do with like the trading rule. I don't think was implemented in the original hardcore servers, official hardcore servers, and I think now you can choose to turn that on. But anyway, so all that to say that there are now, at that point, there were then retail servers, classic era servers, and hardcore mod servers. And that brings us to the server that we're on right now, Season of Discovery. Do we only have... Okay, I think we only have to kill the stealth ones left. Season of Discovery is another one of the special game modes that is based off of Vanilla WoW, the classic era servers. But they've added what they call runes all throughout the world that you have to find. Oftentimes they have puzzles associated with them, and the runes will they basically once you have them, they will either give you new abilities that didn't exist in the base game, or they provide modifications to your abilities in a way that's completely different than Vanilla WoW. And so it's, basically I can show you. These are the runes that I've collected so far, and basically at any one time I can pick one from the chest category, one from the leg category, one from the hand category, and they would each either give me the abilities that you see here, or they some of them are direct abilities like Savage Roar or Life Bloom, and some of them are like modifications like Fury of Storm Rage, which affects Wrath and Healing Touch, if you're familiar with Druids. So it's a way for people who want to play Vanilla WoW to kind of experience the world again, but have something new to sort of find and discover within a world they're probably already very familiar with. And it is a temporary game mode. It's basically I think it's only for this year, and they've been releasing it in different phases around, it seems like every 3 months or so. So when the phase 1 came out, I think a little bit before the new year, the max level was 20, and you you would play and you would get to level 20 and you can do whatever you want, but you're not leveling any higher until phase 2 comes out. And then, of course, phase 2 comes out. I think it was around February. And that max level was raised to 40, which is the level I am now. And of course each phase has their own special events going on. With each phase there's been a new PvP world event. In phase 1 it took place in Ashenvale. In phase 2 it took place in Stranglethorn Vale, where we are. And then they're also with each phase turning old dungeons into raids. I think they're 10-man raids. I'm not sure because I haven't been doing that aspect of it. Okay, where should we go next? Let's do the Panthers. But yes, there are special raids, special world events associated with each phase. So I don't know anything about what's been going on in phase 3, which I believe has been out for probably a couple months now. Honestly, I'm imagining that phase 4 is going to drop pretty soon, within weeks, just based on how the schedule has been. I played during phase 1 and 2, and then with phase 2, I hit level 40. I bought my mount, my nice shiny spotted saber cat, and then I logged out, and that's sort of where I left off. I didn't even, after buying my mount, I didn't even have any gold left, so I didn't buy better gear, so I'm also severely undergeared, but that's okay. This isn't hardcore mode. Is she hostile? I don't know if she is. I have these, even though there's a world PvP event in Stranglethorn, I do have it turned off for myself. Okay. Let's see, the Panthers are gonna be over here. What is this? Fervor of the Temple Explorer. That's probably the new raid for this phase, I imagine. And the temple makes it sound like it's probably a temple of a Talhakar. Wait. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, again, I really haven't kept in the loop, so I don't know all that much about what's been going on in this phase. But the good thing is that Blizzard has been implementing these catch-up mechanics for people like me who kind of haven't kept up and want to. So I have this buff here, Discoverer's Delight, that increases my experience by 100%. Also, I am trying to find these panthers, but I think the panthers are stealthed, so there's one. So yeah, we have that 100% XP buff already, and then I've already got pretty much a whole level worth of rest bar. So I have to imagine it won't take us too long to get to 50, which is where phase phase 3 is supposed to end. Yeah, I'm not really someone who does a whole lot of like hardcore PvE stuff. So as I've been playing this, I haven't really been where are these panthers? Okay. So yeah, I have not really been paying attention to the special raids that have come out with this game mode. Oop, saw me. But I feel like I should be able to hit 41 pretty easily today. I mean, it's a little embarrassing, but because I didn't really play after hitting level 40, I haven't really gotten any of the runes from phase 2. So I have less, oops, didn't see him there. I have less runes than a normal level 40 would have. So as you can see, I'm doing really a great job, really undergeared. No new runes. But I don't know, maybe I'll have time to go and find them. I think when I was looking up, so I mean, one of the coolest parts of this whole game mode has been that when they release a new phase, it truly is a mystery to the community where all the runes are. Like, it really is meant to have, you know, the community discover it for themselves. They don't have a PTR for seasonal discovery. And of course, people, I don't know how, but they figure it all out usually within the first day or two. So it is possible just to look up where all the runes are and go and do them. Some of them, even if you look up where they are, they're very time intensive and very involved. It is considered like a spoiler. Like, to look up where the runes are would be a spoiler. So usually when a new phase comes out, I don't like to look up where they are, like when I'm leveling. But once I hit the max level for that phase, that's when I'm pretty okay with looking up all the runes that I missed and how to get them. So I did look up some when I hit level 40, but they were all pretty time consuming to do. Doesn't mean I won't do them, I just didn't want to invest the time at the time. But, you know, I do think, I mean, one, I just like the experience of leveling in vanilla WoW, but I also am excited because on the roadmap that Blizzard put out for this year, in the sections that talk about Season of Discovery, I believe Phase 4, which is level 50 to 60, is supposed to roll out in summer, which is why I think it'll probably be in a couple weeks. They seem to do it at the beginning of the season, for whatever season the phase is supposed to come out. And it's the very last days of May right now. But on that roadmap, they put that in fall of this year, there's going to be extra content, just new content that people, I mean, I don't think anyone knows what it is yet. Oh, there's an elite right there. So I think it will be, I really do feel inclined to get a character to max level just to be able to see that content, because again, it's a completely temporary game mode. I don't know what they intend to do with these servers at the end of the year, but it's temporary, which I think was kind of the draw for a lot of people to want to check it out while it was out. I know that it worked on me. That's why I started playing it. It's just because I didn't want to miss the opportunity to see what it was about. I know that Blizzard did something similar a few years ago with Classic WoW called Season of Mastery, and I never got to play that. Oh, are these elite? Oh god. Oh wait, I have potions. Oh god, no. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, those panthers are kind of annoying being stealth. I'm just trying to find the panthers and I didn't see. Okay. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what they have in store for the end game. I mean, it could just be more raids, which I don't know that I would get to see them. I think part of me is a little afraid to do dungeons and raids in vanilla WoW because I just remember how hard they felt when I was a kid playing them. And I would be playing it with my friends and we would just be doing these corpse runs over and over. But of course we were kids, so maybe it would be a little easier to get it together. Don't. Oh my god. Believe it or not, I do. Oh my god. I have a character that I played in the hardcore mode, not on the official servers, but with the hardcore add-on. And I leveled a druid to same level I am now, early 40s. And the only reason I stopped was because I didn't want to switch to the official servers. But I didn't die, if you can believe it. And it was my second attempt to my first druid died when I got to. Oh, there's a panther. I also had a lot more defensive skills in hardcore mode. Okay, do I have bandages? No? How do I not have bandages? I really haven't touched this since for a few months now. But yeah, I've always my first character ever was a druid, and I've always felt like a druid main. And even though you would think when I come back to replay it all, that I'd want to play something different, but I always want to be a druid. And I thought, oh god, these tigers are so annoying because I don't want to kill them, I want to kill the panthers. But I can't see the panthers unless I walk up super close to them. But anyway, I made a druid for Season of Discovery in particular because I wanted to be able to see how the new game mode was different. And I felt like if I played a class that I was familiar with, there's a panther. I felt like if I played a class that I was familiar with, I'd just be able to notice what the new parts of the game mode were better. But I did, as you can see, I picked a Night Elf Druid, and that was completely new. I don't think in all the time that I've played WoW that I've ever leveled an alliance character. Like ever. Like I actually, leveling this character, I had to look up all the boat routes to figure out what cities connected to what, and like cities like Stormwind and Ironforge, I was like, didn't know where anything was. I'm like, I guess the bank and the auction house are kind of in the central part of town, but like, I didn't know where anything else was. All the trainers, all of the, So, I feel over this panther quest, to be honest. It's taking so much time just to find them. I've only killed 3 of them. Crazy. Are those the elite ones? Yeah, okay. Oh, but yeah, I didn't realize this. I'm jumping back a bit, but my first druid in the hardcore run, I died in Silverpine Forest. I had gotten there for the first time. I was playing a Tauren druid, and there was an elite roaming werewolf that's like 10 to 20 levels higher than the rest of the zone, the son of Aragol. I'm probably saying it wrong, but whatever. I didn't know about him, and he snuck up on me and got me. And after that, I did my best to not let anything catch me off guard ever again, if I could help it. To the point where even now, like, sometimes I get elite quests in this game mode and I'm like, oh, no way, I'm not even gonna try that. But then it's like, that's just because in hardcore mode you have an aversion to putting yourself at risk like that. Oh, here's another one. Thank you. But I've always really liked the vanilla WoW experience. Like, it's just, especially now when I go back and replay it, it's so slow and peaceful. I feel like people's critique of the game of vanilla WoW is how slow it is, but I think it's awesome. I think it's a really relaxing, methodical game. Like, it's really at its best when you can, pick a zone and grab all the quests and then just work your way through the quests while you work on something or listen to something else, like a podcast or something, or a video. Like, it's just a very relaxing way to spend your time. I don't know. Let's see. These mystics are part of 2 quests that I have. I ended up picking Feral Druid because my main druid, my main character on retail WoW is a druid, and that druid has always been either resto or balance. And I didn't even touch Feral Druid until I started doing the hardcore mode, because Feral Druids just had a lot more practical, like, survivability abilities. And I really liked it, and I'm doing it again for this character. I have no idea where Feral Druids stand right now. Like, in terms of, like, the DPS rankings. I think in the first phase they were extremely powerful because of one of the runes. I think it was Wild Strikes. I think in the second phase, last I heard, they weren't doing as well, but Wild Strikes was still such a powerful raid buff that people still wanted a Feral Druid with them. But my understanding is that every phase the DPS rankings kind of shift wildly because just because of the nature of having a level cap at a certain level. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, no, they saw me. Okay. Actually, wait, why have I not been using dash this whole time? Oh my god. Oh wait, I'm about to walk straight into the elite augers. Okay, they're gone. Oof. Okay. Oh, let's just... Oh wait, no, that's the elite panther. yeah, just to give an idea of how slow the game is, like I've been going for like almost 40 minutes and I only completed one quest so far. But to be fair, that's because these panthers are uniquely annoying. Let's go check to see if any of them respawned. Hello. It wouldn't be so annoying if these tigers weren't also here in the exact same area. Here's one. But yeah, as an alliance character, I kind of had. It has been interesting. Just a different leveling experience. I feel like in the first phase, levels 1 through 20, it was kind of astounding how many more zones the Alliance, like leveling zones the Alliance have versus Horde. Because the Horde, from 10 through 20, the Horde they have the Barrens and Silver Pine Forest. And that's it. And Alliance have and I guess you could say Stone Talon, sort of. It's 15 through 25. Alliance have Dark Shore, Westfall, Loch Modan, Alliance have some quests in Stone Talon as well, and gosh, is there anything I'm forgetting? Oh, Red Ridge Mountains. So that's, I don't even know how many that is versus the 2.5 that Horde have. And most of the Alliance zones they're not contested zones, they're all Alliance, or actually no, that's a different subject. Now we're talking about the level 20 to 30 zones. Alliance have a couple exclusive 20 to 30 zones that Horde do not have any quests in, like the Wetlands and Duskwood. Just 100% Alliance, and I don't think there are any Horde exclusive 20 to 30 zones. I think they're all contested. There's Thousand Needles, there's Ashenvale, Stone Talon, Hillsbrad, I don't know, it was all of that to say, it was just kind of interesting noticing how much more fleshed out the early leveling is for Alliance as opposed to Horde. Like when I was doing the hardcore mode as a Horde character, the early levels were actually a struggle to find enough quests. Like, I had to constantly go back and forth between Barrens and Silver Pine to get quests that were my level, because I'd pick up like 1 or 2 in the Barrens and do them, and the next ones would be too high level, and then I'd have to go to Silverpine and do 2 more. And I don't know if Alliance characters really had to do that. I don't know that they were hurting for quests as much. There's like a whole big bunch of them in here, but I don't see any that I could just pull away. Here we go. I do like the ambient noises in Stranglethorn. Honestly, you know, I feel like the base game of WoW, like the original continents, I feel like to so many people, they're like, it's like a real place. Just because of how the game makes you travel through the world. Like, this is a game without virtually any fast travel. Sometimes to get to the place you want to go, it could take you 15-20 minutes just to get there. And having to, let's see, can we pull this guy up by himself? Oh great, he's an axe thrower. I didn't register that. Okay, looks like it's just him though. But yeah, having to travel the whole continent on foot like that, I feel like creates a connection to the overworld that's very powerful and has stuck with people's memory. Because the point of vanilla WoW was never really the leveling. I mean, it has a very powerful sense of progression, but it was always about, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's not about the quests. It's always been about the exploration. Like, it was always very exciting to get to a high enough level that you could go into a new zone that you hadn't been in before. And especially if it was your first character, then you know you're seeing these zones for the very first time. It's always really exciting, and it felt different than any other game I had played at the time. Like, there was no other game that, you know, my friend from school and I could log in, you know, from our own homes and play the same game together and walk through a new zone and see if it, like, there just wasn't, I guess there weren't any popular, and, you know, the MMOs existed before, but none of them had been that big, so it was the first time getting to play that kind of game. So I think the concept of Season of Discovery, where they wanted the players to have something to rediscover in the world, was really smart. I think it really gets at what people like about it. and why people are interested in these alternate game modes. Because I don't think people want to just repeat the same vanilla experience over and over that they've already done. But they kind of want that kind of excitement of seeing something new in a game where that was you know, the allure that I had back then was getting to see new things. I'm trying to think. Since I'm now level 40, I'm hanging out in Stranglethorn just because I think Stranglethorn goes up to level 45, but trying to remember what the level 40 to 50 zones are. Let's see. Level 40 to 50 would probably be Feralis, right? And Tanaris. I don't know about Western Plaguelands. I guess my map will tell me, huh? 51 to 58. Yeah, that's still too high. Oh, but Hinterlands, that's one. Hinterlands, and I've already done Badlands, but what about Searing Gorge? Searing Gorge starts at 43. Okay. Sorry, I'm just... I guess I'm just interested in where I'll be going next. Oh, Felwood's still a little too high. What about Ashara? 45 to 55. Although I don't think there's any quests in Ashara. Or next to no quest, maybe it's different for Alliance, but I think that's what it's infamous for. Okay, so I guess a few exciting zones coming up. We need 6 more tusks from these guys. I do feel like I'm starting to feel my undercuredness. So part of the buff the catch-up buff that we've got here, the 100% XP boost also has a 300% gold increase. So maybe that could help us out. Help us catch up. There is a part of me, I think, on the regular classic servers, Cataclysm just came out, I think, very, very recently. I haven't really leveled a character on those servers because before Blizzard had come out with official classic servers, I had already recently leveled a character. on a private Burning Crusade server like a year before. So I didn't feel the need to level another one in the official classic servers. And I never did, and I never caught up with it. I didn't get to do Wrath Classic. And at this point, I never played Kata when it was live. I only played Vanilla, Burning Crusade, and Wrath. So I do think it'd be interesting. Oh, I'm out of mana, that's why I can't. That's why I can't change forms. It almost makes me wonder if I should boost a character on the classic servers so I can check out Cataclysm. I don't know if that's looked down upon, but well, the thing is I really don't have time to level a whole character through all of those expansions to get the Kata, so honestly don't really know much about what people's memory of Kata is, whether it's a well-liked expansion. I feel like what people didn't like is that it permanently changed the original continents, and I feel like for that it was always, it colored it as a bad expansion. But now that we have access to the vanilla world and all of that, I don't know if putting that aside, was it a good expansion otherwise? I don't know. And then over in retail, WoW, they recently came out with Mists of Pandaria remix, but I was interested in it because I never played Pandaria as well, but it isn't like the classic servers. It is entirely retail WoW overlaid on top of Pandaria, and so it wasn't really the experience that I wanted, because I would want to experience Pandaria as it was. So I guess for that I would need to wait for the classic servers to catch up to that, which I guess is all the more reason to maybe boost a character in Kata and go through Kata. I think I may have underestimated how long 40 to 50 takes. I mean, we're about 2/3 of the way through. 40, we started at basically nothing. And that's with basically a 200% XP boost. Or I guess 203, I should say. So without all that, it would definitely take a really long time. Oh, we're out of mana again. Let's see, we need 3 more tusks. I do feel like with the amount of quests I have here, probably be a while before I leave Stranglethorn. But I don't really mind that. That's honestly what I really love, is when you've got a ton of quests in a zone and you just start at one end of the map and work your way through. Do I really not have any bandages? Here, let's create some. Okay, here we go. I need to train in first aid. I did try my best to keep all my professions up with the end of phase 2. Although I maxed, the profession cap was 225 at the end of phase 2. I have to imagine that it is not any longer. I don't know, I really like a lot of the zones in vanilla WoW. I can remember some of them. I can just remember how I felt the first time I saw them. Like seeing Ashenvale for the first time after being a Horde character in the Barrens. Seeing Paralysis for the first time. And then there was just, you know, getting to the higher level zones, the zones that you've been seeing on your map that whole time. That just seemed really out of reach, like the enemies there were skulls and their level numbers in bright red to signify that they would destroy you. And then to actually get to the level that you could do that, it was just a very effective sense of progression in the game, I guess. Let's see. We're so close. We've been kind of whittling away at 3 different quests up here. Like, I've been spending all my time just in this little corner. And not even touching on the southern half of the map. Okay. Looks like I have some competition now. Someone else is killing the same stuff. Oh, there's a few people out here. Ooh, the mystics. I like killing the mystics the most because it's like 2 birds in 1 stone. They drop items for 2 different quests. Dang it, he didn't drop anything. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like, I guess it's been less of a problem for the most part in Season of Discovery, although not always. Sorry, I'm talking about like the crowds on the server. In a hardcore mode, it got to the point where it was so popular that there were like lines for certain quests. And you couldn't, it was compounded by the fact that you couldn't group up with anyone in hardcore mode. Okay, we only need 2 more panthers. But yeah, in this game mode, it hasn't been that bad because if you're ever in a situation where you're killing the same stuff, people are pretty eager to just group up. But I can still, like, I think if you're playing at the beginning of a phase, then yeah, everybody's gonna be kind of going after the same thing as you are. Let's see, I just need 1 more panther. Just 1 more. Okay. Well, we can head back to the trolls for now and see if we can't find that last one soon. Let's see. See, 2 more tasks. Honestly, I don't even know. I don't know what the raid or the PvP event is for this phase. I'm trying to think what the good contenders would be. I guess something. Maybe I had heard this at the time. I want to say, what's that place called? Black Rock Depths. Maybe that was the raid. Will the map show it? So there's the raid circle and the dungeon circle there. I don't know if that is reflective of how it just is all the time, or Season of Discovery in particular. Oh. I'm coming into these battles totally unprepared, but if I see a mystic, I gotta kill him first. Okay, he dropped the fetish. Now I just need one more tusk. One more tusk and one more panther. Let's see, can I pull you? Let's see how this goes. Yeah, it looks like I could just pull him. Okay, there we go, there we go. It's all coming together. Alright, just... just need one more panther. I'm determined. We are gonna do this. One more panther. God, there's like a million tigers here. There he is. There he is. Okay. Alrighty. Well then, it looks like we've got most things around here complete. Looks like the turn-in true WoW fashion is half up at the northern end and half up at the southern end. But I think that's a good stopping point for me. I'm gonna hearth just so I can make sure I'm logging out in a rest bonus area. And thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.